to make a bowl out of this cherry. And I think I will do it on the worm screw. Okay, the white sapwood is punky and will all have to come off. Most time-consuming part of this delightful hobby is looking for stuff, most of which is right in front of me most of the time. Solid. A little over 1,000. I don't like the way the wings of this 3/4 inch bowl gouge curve steeply down towards the tip. I end up catching the sides of the wings. I'm going to regrind it to make it look more like my other bowl gouges, but not today. That's what I mean about catching the wing. Crack there. Still a lot of punky wood. The angle on the skew is just right for a dovetail tenon. I use a detail spindle gouge to clean up the tenon. Switch to my 1/2 inch bowl gouge to finish the outside. Notice the difference in the wings, the way they gently curve down to the tip. I'm not saying this is better than the steep wings of the 3/4 inch gouge, but I am more comfortable with this style. I'm making it up as I go along, both design and size.
I want the bottom of the bowl right here, I think. Oh, that's punky. Yeah.
Regardless of what I had in mind when I started, wood has other plans.
Okay, now we're down to wood. Oh, perfect.
For once, I remember to put in a clearly defined center point for later. I think it's finally ready for sanding.
You don't want to watch sanding. It's sanded to 320. I did not finish it because it's all accessible after the inside is out. So I can do it all at once. I can hold reliable half-inch bowl gouge. Oh, normal speed, 13.
I was still having trouble with pull cuts, so I practiced every now and then when I could do so without doing damage. But as soon as I get a catch, which is always soon, I go back to push cuts.
What I don't have is a depth hole in here. Should do that. And I want that about there. I think that'll bring it within a quarter.
The bottom of this bowl ended up being about 1/8 of an inch thick.
So we want to go to the paper and write there. Maybe just a smidge more. How thin do I want this? Pretty thin, I think. Got to take a little off this rim. I hope no more than that. Yes, right there. Right there. A little more. Even more. Get that crack out of there. Unless I decide to leave it. If I don't leave it, I don't have much left. And that's got rid of the pith. Just barely. It would be nice if I thought to change the camera angle.
The rest needs to be a little bit higher for scraping.
Creates.
The scraper left some rough spots, so I go to the 3/8 inch bowl gouge to try to clean them up.
Needs to be a little bit more sharply defined right there, I think.
The problem with making complex outside bowl shapes is you have to do the same thing on the inside.
Something like that. Yeah, now I just need to smooth it out. Drop off a little more steeply.
The shallower bevel of the spindle gouge will make it easier to get into that bottom corner.
I think. It is shallow, got to remember that.
Now a 1/2 inch square scraper for the bottom.
Round that off just a little bit.
One big difference between accomplished turners and beginners is accomplished turners know what tool to use for the effect they want. We beginners have to try different things to see what they do.
A little more.
I forgot to turn the camera on, but what I did was tape both sides of this crack in the rim of the bowl to keep glue from staining everything, and glued it. Now the glue is dry, and it's time to decide whether to just sand it or whether I'm going to have to turn it some more. I think I went off and left the camera on because the battery was dead and it shouldn't have been. Just took the tape off this, sanded a little bit, and sanded some more inside and out, then put finish on it. I sanded off the glue starting with 80 grit and then switched to 150. A little bit of 100. Where is it? There. A little 120. 150. $180, $240, $320, now $400. No sanding sealer on this. I don't remember why I didn't put on sanding sealer. Probably just another experiment. Axe paste. We'll soon find out what axe abrasive paste and axe polish do on just plain wood. Wipe off all the residue. All that clean. And now the polishing wax. Once the bowl is completely covered, I turn the speed up to 1,000 or more to generate heat and melt the wax in. It didn't occur to me till weeks or months later that I probably should turn the speed way down to wipe off any residue. Otherwise, the cleaning cloth or towel will generate enough heat to maybe melt the wax right back off the wood. I'm not sure about that, but as Captain Aubrey would say, stands to reason. I think that's a nice little ring bowl. Here looks good. I have to turn it around on something. Might have a suitable jam chuck. It's like that one. Yep. Oh boy. Maybe not.
Nope. Not in this chuck anyway. Oh, it's too damn long. It doesn't seat on the shoulders. How did I ever do that?
Bandsaw to the rescue.
Check the tension first, moron. Must have last used this in the chuck I no longer have. See, that's not going to go. With these jaws, it might not even fit this one. It will.
You can see I still haven't cured myself of the habit of leaving the chuck key in the chuck.
Question is, how close to true is it? Close enough, a little whittling will fix it right up.
This is why I made that little centering dimple in the tenon while I was making the tenon. It should spin truer than that. Problem is the rubber mat is not contacting the bowl and the chuck evenly. A minor adjustment. Try again. And that's a whole lot better. What I should do is stop right here and take that nub off with a hand chisel. But no, I've got to try something else. So I use my steak knife parting tool. So far, so good. Now I turn the speed down as low as it was able to go, 324 RPM. And that worked out just fine.
Okay, get a brand on that. Kind of partial to Axe Wax over Johnson's wax. Probably holds up better. Such things as water. Although I don't know, I should really
test out the finishes I use in actual conditions. Axe wax requires heat from friction to set into the wood. I'll have to figure out a way to get some friction heat on a stationary object. There's an old denim shirt. Leave the sandpaper on there. It'll probably hold on to this better. This worked well. The only problem is if the cloth kicks out, the sandpaper really makes a mess of the bottom of your bowl. No need to ask how I know. Well, that is just plain slick. Okay, ring bowl. I enjoy making these little bowls. I've made several since. I make them a lot faster now. This one is available on Etsy. Thanks for watching.